I know it sounds a bit much, but trust me, what's inside is an absolute game changer. So stick with me, and in the next 5 minutes, we are going to unpack the whole system that makes this book so powerful. Let's do this.
Yeah, and I love this quote because honestly, it just nails the feeling. This is not your grandpa's boring financial advice, you know? It's straight to the point, it's for right now, and it's built for how we actually live our lives. It hits different, and we're about to see exactly why.
Okay, so what's the big problem this book is trying to solve? It's actually super simple. Let's be real for a second. For most of us, managing money is just annoying. It's this chore that's always hanging over our heads, something we know we should be doing, but man, we would rather do almost anything else.
And that brings us to the big question, doesn't it? We all know that little voice in our heads, the one that's always whispering, hey, you should probably be saving more, or you really need to get started with investing. We know what to do, so why is it so hard to actually do it? What is that gap all about?
Well, the answer is kind of a relief. It's not that you're lazy or bad with money or anything like that. It's because the entire world of personal finance is kind of set up to feel way too complicated and, let's face it, super, super boring. All that friction, that's the real reason we never get started.
So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? The book argues that the entire key, the one thing that fixes all of this, can be summed up in just one single word.
So what's the big secret? The thing that lets you just live your life while your money quietly grows in the background? What is it? Here it is. Automate. That's it. That's the core of the whole book. Seriously, if you take away just one thing from all this, make it that word. It's all about taking you, with your good days, bad days, your forgetfulness, your lack of willpower sometimes, completely out of the picture. It's about setting up a system that just works without you having to think about it. So what does that actually mean, automation? Well, it means you build a money system one time. You go into your bank account and set up automatic transfers. So the second you get paid, a piece of that money zips over to your savings and another piece zips over to your investments, all before you even have a chance to spend it. You literally set it up once, and then you're done. You just forget about it.
Okay. Automating sounds cool in theory, right? But how do you actually build this thing? Well, the book lays out a really simple 4-step blueprint to create your own personal money machine.
And here they are, the 4 big pieces. First, you're going to learn to use credit cards the smart way. Then, you'll set up your bank accounts, basically one for spending and one for saving. After that, we'll talk simple investing. And finally, you tie it all together with that magic word, automation. It's a pretty straightforward plan.
All right, step 1, credit cards. And look, forget everything you've heard about cutting them up. No, we're going to use them for pretty much everything. But, and this is the non-negotiable, most important rule, you have to pay the entire balance off every single month. If you do that, it's a total win-win. You get all the free rewards, the points, the cashback, and you build a fantastic credit score.
Okay, next up is investing. And for a lot of people, this is the scary part, where they just stop. But the advice here is honestly such a relief. Stop trying to be some Wall Street genius picking stocks. Just don't. The smart move, the simple move, is to use low-cost index funds. I mean, look at the difference. On one side, you have the calm, hands-off growth of index funds. And on the other, the total stress tornado of stock picking. It's a no-brainer.
And here's where it all comes together, the automation. So imagine this, your paycheck hits your bank account. Then bam, like clockwork, the transfers you set up ages ago automatically send money to your savings and to your investments. And the money that's left, that's yours. It's your guilt-free spending money for the rest of the month. You already took care of your future self, so you can enjoy the rest without worrying.
Okay, now we're getting to one of my absolute favorite ideas from this book. It's a total mindset shift, and it flies in the face of pretty much all the typical money advice you hear. Basically, it's time to forget the lattes.
You've heard this a million times, right? Just stop buying that expensive coffee and you'll be rich. The famous latte factor. It's probably the most common financial tip in the world. And according to this book, it's also almost completely wrong.
I mean, just look. That daily coffee, it's a tiny, tiny percentage of your money. Freaking out over a $5 purchase is just a distraction. It's designed to make you feel guilty about small joys while you completely ignore the things that actually make a difference, the big stuff, like how much you're earning or what you pay for rent.
So here's the real key. Focus on the big wins. Put your time and energy into the $5,000 questions, not the $5 ones. Getting a raise at work, negotiating your rent down, making a smart choice on a car. Those are the things that will dramatically change your life, not skipping a coffee.
And when you put these two ideas together, that powerful automation system and the focus on big wins, you stop just managing money, you start actually designing what the author calls your rich life.
So let's do a quick recap of the whole plan. You automate everything so it runs on its own. Use credit cards smartly to get free stuff. You stick with simple, easy index funds for investing. You put all your focus on the big wins. And what's the end result of all this? You can finally spend money, even a lot of it, completely guilt-free, on the things you actually love.
Because this is what it's all about. Being rich isn't about being cheap or just hoarding a pile of cash. It's about freedom. It's the freedom to choose your life, to say yes to the things that matter to you and no to the things that don't. It's all about having options.
So I want to leave you with this one question. Once you get this system up and running and your saving and investing is all happening in the background, what's the one thing you would love to spend money on with absolutely zero guilt? Is it more travel, a crazy expensive hobby, maybe just taking all your friends out for a really nice dinner? Whatever it is, that's your rich life, and it's totally possible.